Herbal medicine is holistic. Modern medicines and pharmaceuticals are symptom centered, meaning the symptom itself is treated rather than the patient as a whole. While it is true pharmaceutical drugs are tested and scientifically proven, they are tested for effectiveness regarding only one specific aspect of the body, such as for cholesterol or for blood pressure or for sugar level, and not to see how they affect the whole body. In comparison, traditional naturopath and homeopath programs use healing methods that explore a broader scope of focus on the body. Did anybody bring their Bibles? Because if you did, looking if somebody could share 2 Kings 20:7. If anybody had a Bible. If not, I think I can grab it right quick. Or if not, I'll tell you what, I'll do Genesis. I'll come back to 2 Kings. Genesis 1:29-30. Then God said, I've given you every sort of seed-bearing plant on earth and every kind of fruit-bearing tree, given them to you for food. To all animals and all birds, everything that moves and breathes, I give whatever grows out of the ground for food. And there it was. Okay, that's Genesis 1:29 verse through the 30th.
And what did you want from 2 Kings?
2 Kings 20:7 verse. 20th chapter, verse 7.
And Isaiah said, take a lump of figs, and they took and laid it on the boil, and he recovered. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, you said a fig?
7. Take a lump of figs, figs.
Okay. And lay it on a boil.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So.
Didn't know that. That was new to me.
Okay.
Wow. It's millions, I'm telling you, of plants, because that's what herbs are part of the plant kingdom. Millions of plants. So it's no way no person out there can know every herb, what they do and what it's about. Yeah, but I didn't know figs you could put on a boil.
On a boil.
Okay. And then shrink it or remove it or whatever. Yeah, good. Real good. Thanks, Mildred. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Herbs are cost effective. Pharmaceutical drugs and other modern high-tech tools and procedures for Western medicine, healthcare can have extremely high costs from safety, risk, or out-of-pocket costs. For example, saw palmetto, which is an herb, costs about 25 cents a pill and has about the same effect on prostate enlargement as a popular drug or pharmaceutical that costs $1 a pill. Mm-hmm. Another example is ginger. You can get a ginger supplement, which is popular herbal remedy for inflammation, costs about 38 cents a pill compared to the popular arthritic drug, which costs more than $4 a day. More than $4 a day. Wow. Okay, so herbs are cost effective. modern herbal remedies are easy to take. They're convenient for us. While traditional herbal preparations back in the day when they used to cook the herbs on the stove and make compresses and make salves and make poultices and all these other things that you can use on the body externally and herbal remedies, herbs are more convenient and easy to take today. They come in capsules or pill form. They come in tablets. They come in powders. They come in liquids, extracts, syrups, tinctures, and essential oils. So herbs today are a lot more convenient, and we can use them in a lot of different forms for internal use as well as external use. The variety of delivery systems makes them highly adaptable for our needs. There is nothing new age about enjoying herbal teas or infusions or tinctures. Plants are God's food and herbal medicine for man to help us in our many aspects of life. There are countless references to different plants, herbs in the Bible, and we're going to be talking about a lot of them. And excuse me, hyssop is one. I may share that in the future. I interviewed back in the day, this was back in the 90s, when I had a radio show in Los Angeles. I interviewed a herbologist, and he was telling me how I believe some of God's disciples used hyssop to help someone or heal someone. Okay, let me see. All right, we talked about the safety of herbs. We talked about whole foods. Our herbs are whole foods. They're plants, so they come from the ground. They're God-given to us for our food, for our healing of our body. They're holistic. In this modern day, we can use herbs in a lot of different forms. You don't have to cook them on the stove in a hot tea and make all these complex herbal remedies or concoctions. You know, especially with Nature's Sunshine, we have herbal combinations and a lot of herbal formulas that I like to use, because one single herb can have a lot of different uses and a lot of different ways that you can use or heal the body. But when you put combinations of herbs together, like we have in our herbal formulas, then those herbal formulas can do 6 times what one herb can do when you put them in combinations. So if you got 10 or 12 herbs in combination, like we have in some of our herbal formulas, then that's going to help your body a lot better. It's going to work more synergistically toward whatever you're trying to heal. And it's also going to be a lot easier to take those 10 or 12 herbs, because they're going to be in one little small capsule, or they'll be in a liquid or something of that sort. So I always try to promote and bring up herbal formulas or herbs in combination versus using a single herb. A single herb is fine, but a single herb cannot do what combinations of herbs can do in a formula. Plus, you get more complete healing. Any thing you want to comment on that, Dr. Dumas?
No, you're doing a great job. I'm listening.
Okay. All right. Okay, comments, questions? Anybody have any comments or questions from that?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
I didn't hear you or didn't understand. What I wanted to know is what's the advantage of the use of hyssop?
I was going to talk about it in a future class.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
okay.
some herbalist I interviewed, and he was telling me about it relating to the Bible. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I did a podcast. I have it on podcast. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm going to do that in a future class. I'm going to probably play that podcast and let y'all
Okay.
hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little interesting because I have read in the Bible the word hyssop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, didn't understand it
Okay. Well, if you catch
or
that,
the use. Excuse me.
I say, if you catch that class, you will. Yeah. I'm gonna do it in the future because I got to look and find my podcast. That was something I did way before I had a YouTube channel. I used to do podcasts, and I was actually on the air. I had a radio station in Hollywood, and I used to have the jazz show. I called it because I love jazz. And in between the jazz show, for about 10 minutes, I would bring up herb talk, and that's where I went
Yeah,
to herbs.
yeah, I remember that.
You remember
Okay.
that? That
Yes, I do.
was way back in the day. That was in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, thank you.
So that's where my whole Max Herb Talk and stuff evolved from the radio show because I love radio too. And I was professionally trained and even have a degree in communications. So let me continue. I got another slide. So herbs, these different herbs, I'm gonna start with capsicum, horseradish, ginger, thyme, garlic. All of those herbs are pungent. That's the category they put them in, as pungent or spicy. And I know ginger is one that I've grown to like. Uh, Out of all of them, capsicum or cayenne is one of my favorites. And they have the active ingredient are resins, essential oils, allosulfides, if I'm saying that right. Their primary function is to move blood and energy upward toward the surface, and it stimulates digestion too. And I know that's especially good with ginger and cayenne or capsicum. Uh, and also warming the body. I know I used to always get people say, I'm cold, I'm cold. What can I do because I'm cold? And yeah, Betty's one of them. She's not here today. I can talk about it now. No, but I tell them all the time, take some capsicum peels. Just get some peels of cayenne or ginger or garlic. All of that is warming. It's going to heat you up and make you warm, and you won't be cold. I don't think I ever feel cold. You know, some people do, and it can be in the summertime even. Okay, some contraindications long term uh, may you may overwarm the body, or you may deplete energy reserves, or you may irritate membranes in some people. Those are just some contraindications. Uh, so the next herbs are aromatic. That's like catnip, chamomile, fennel, lavender. All of those are considered aromatic. And lavender is one I use a lot because the way it smells and also to help me sleep. I diffuse it in the house, in our bedroom through my diffuser, and peppermint, one of my long lived, that's like my ride or die. If y'all don't know, I saved someone's life from an asthma attack using peppermint. Yeah, peppermint oil. I think all of y'all was here to hear that story, probably except Mildred. But Mildred probably heard it in the past.
I have.
Yeah. And do any of y'all relate to any of these herbs I just talked about? Anybody? Any of the ones? Ginger, capsicum? Had any experience?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Fennel I've used with parasites too. I'm telling you, they do not like fennel. I had some sweet fennel, I think it is, and it's in a liquid form. and it's ingestible. You have to make sure when you're taking any kind of liquid herb or something in your mouth that it is ingestible. And this fennel, I took one drop and put it in something I was drinking and drank it down. And I knew I had these parasites and I was trying to fight them. When I took that one drop in that liquid, maybe 5 minutes later, I could feel this thing moving in me. It was like it wanted to get out. It was like, what? What? Yeah, I don't know if I have them that bad or my body is just that sensitive. I can feel them. I used to be able to feel them. Trust, I have eradicated them all out of my body. But everybody have parasites. And I probably eradicated them to where they're not, it's like they call it the viral load. If you had HIV, the viral load goes below 100, then you consider not to have HIV. But basically what it is they can't test anything below 100. Okay. So I feel the same with any of these little parasites or whatever. It's not enough of them to, detect them in your body, but we all have them. Same with radiation. I'm jumping ahead a little, but I was going to talk about radiation, in our body. We all have it. We get it from the sun first. Yes, the sun, that's off radiation. And it's a lot of other things in our life. Sitting here in front of this computer, because I'm at a desktop and I got about a 14-inch or 15-inch screen, it's letting off radiation. So trust, yeah, we get radiation different ways in our body. And when you get cancer, okay, that radiation or whatever, that tumor or malignancy, you know what I'm saying, is now at the point to where it's detectable as cancer. Okay, but we all have cancerous cells in our body. It's just not to the level at a point where they can measure it. And trust, I have a snake plant sitting next to my monitor because snake plants absorb and get rid of radiation. Okay. All right, that's a freebie for y'all. Golden seal, Oregon grape, and chocolate. All of those herbs are bitter. They call them bitter herbs. Okay. The active ingredient are alkaloids. The primary action of those herbs, they're drying, they're cooling, they relieve stagnation, they stimulate digestion, they move energy inward. Okay. Capsicum and all of those move energy outward. Golden seal, Oregon grape, chocolate, these all the herbs move energy inward. Okay. Stimulating digestion. Okay. Relieves stagnation. Okay. That's big. That's something I learned how to do in Chinese medicine through Qigong. What we practice Qigong, and through Qigong, we can move energy in the body and we can break up and release stagnation, stagnant blood, stagnant energy. Okay, so look, there's herbs that do that. Golden seal is in short supply because it's over harvested. Yeah, it's over harvested. And so that makes it in short supply. And what some manufacturers do is they will put fillers in there, okay? Because they don't have enough of golden seal out there, pure golden seal. So they will probably get some pure golden seal, then cut their product, okay? Put some fillers in there like yarrow or something, some other herb that's similar to golden seal, but don't have necessarily all the characteristics of golden seal. Okay. Stretching that dollar. Okay. So how good a product is, or herbal product, is based a lot on who's manufacturing it and how are they manufacturing it. All right. Salty. dandelion leaf, alfalfa, red clover, mullein, and mullein is one for the respiratory system. I'm going to talk about that a little, I think. Seaweeds, the seaweeds, there's a lot of them. Sea moss is one. A lot of people talk about sea moss from Dr. Sabies. But what I like to tell them a lot of times, Dr. Sabies didn't, mention some of the other stuff that he should have mentioned to y'all, because sea moss is not the number one herb out there or the big thing out there. And other seaweeds like dulse, I use that in cooking and stuff. Dulse. You got blue-green algae. You got alfalfa. It's a lot of different seaweeds out there, and algae, I should say, the plants of the sea or the ocean. They are mineral salts. That's their active ingredient, mineral salts. Dulse and kelp and things like that, even sea moss, they have natural iodine in them. And I'm going to be talking about kelp in a minute. Their primary action is they're alkalizing to our system. They provide a lot of trace minerals or trace nutrients. Sweet herbs are like.
I got a quick question about the salty. Why is it important to alkalize our systems?
Why is it important it alkalizes them?
Yeah, why is it important for us to alkalize our system?
Because if you have an acidic body, if your body is acidic or over acidic, you'll be sick. You're sick when your body is over acidic.
Ah, okay. Thank
you. It's all about balance. Yeah, it's all about balance. You want to, some of us, I'll speak as Americans, a lot of us as Americans, we tend to eat acidic things and put acidic food in our body. That's average American. So knowing what's alkalizing or alkaline, like Dr. Sabies also, he had a whole list of alkaline foods. And I have a list too of acid foods and non-acid and alkaline. So I can share that with you all if you like.
Yeah, I like that too, because my body is very acidic.
Okay, I write that. Let me write a note. Send a list of alkaline foods out. And I'll try to send the email possibly tomorrow. I'm gonna try to send it tomorrow. So check your emails tomorrow, and I'll have that. And I'll send some of these slides too, or this list. I'll try to send these also. Okay, what was on sweet, licorice, stevia, and astragalus. The active ingredient, they're polysaccharides, saponins. Their primary action is moistening, nourishing, slightly warming, or cooling. Contraindication, long-term use may promote weight gain. Try to do everything in balance. That way you can avoid that. But licorice is one I used to use a lot, licorice root. And I used to use it for my throat. It's very healing for the throat. Even anytime I get a little tickle or scratch in my throat, I used to go find my licorice root. And in Los Angeles, when I lived, a lot of people use that. It looks like a little tree bark. Sometimes guys walking down the street, they have a little thing sticking out of their mouth. It looked like a little piece of branch, or, like a little bitty tree branch. That's how licorice root looks. And they just suck on it. They keep it in their mouth. It's a little sweet. It's kind of sweet, a natural sweetness, and they suck on it. But it's good for your throat. So people like singers, pastors, people that speak a lot, they should know about licorice root. And you can drink the licorice root tea. You can get it chopped at Whole Foods or Sprouts. They have it in chopped form because I always keep some in my house and make a tea out of it. But I got something even more powerful now, uh, which is silver. We have a product on our website, which is a aqua silver. And let me tell you, it can eradicate and get rid of uh, strep throat, you know, something that bad, a lot quicker and a lot more efficient even than the licorice, because the licorice works a little slow, takes a little time, but you know, they do different things. Licorice root also help balance the hormones in the body. Okay. And you know, it does different things, but I just kind of gotten to using my silver. Now it's in a liquid, and I put I think it's like half a teaspoon or something like that in some water, and I gargle it for like a minute. If it's something real bad, I might gargle for 2 minutes, and then you can swallow it. You don't spit this out. You can swallow it. This is something you can swallow. It's ingestible, and it will help kill other stuff inside your body when you swallow it. So it's good to swallow it. Now, astringent herbs like white oak bark, uva ursa, bayberry. I used to use white oak bark for my teeth back in the day when I used to eat beef and all that. I used to have all kind of problems with my teeth because that beef was sticking in them and getting in between them and going down up under the gum, and it was causing me all kind of dental stuff. So my teeth got to hurting so bad. That was what prompted me to also get off of beef because my teeth it was bothering my gums and my teeth. And white oak bark, if you had bleeding gums, because I used to have them back then a lot, you can take that white oak bark in a powder form and just pack it. You know, just take some and pack it up under your gums, push it into your gums, and it'll help stop bleeding. The active ingredients are tannins. Their primary action is to arrest discharges like blood or mucus or even sweat. Large contraindication, large or long-term dose may adversely affect the nerves. Okay, now let me get my other chart. Any questions on that before I pull the other chart up? Okay.
Yeah, I got one. So does it help whiten your teeth?
Not not white oak bark. It might actually turn them kind of yellow because
Oh wow.
I don't know if it really stains them, but you know, when I noticed when I was packing them in, it looked a little yellow because you got that fresh herb on it. But you probably can wash a good bit of it off, but you know, it don't stain like what's really staining? Chlorophyll. I don't know if you ever use chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a liquid, is really staining. If you drop that on your clothes and you add on white, you got a green spot on your white stuff.
Oh wow.
That's how
Okay.
chlorophyll is. But white oak bark is not like that. It's not that, you know, staining like that. Don Quai. Okay, this is one for you all, for you females, and I'm sure Mildred knows. The nutritional content of Don Quai is a tonic, is beta carotene, beta testosterol, calcium, folate, iron, manganese, magnesium, potassium, B vitamins, B1, B2, B5, and B12. And what is this mess I used to hear all the time about? Oh, if you're vegan, they can't get B12. How are they going to get B12? You got to eat meat to get B12. What? No. Look at this. Don Quai has B12 in it. Okay, it's a plant, so you're getting a plant source of B12. You know, people talk and say stuff and they just don't know. Okay.
Did you put the sheet back up? I need to look at the sheet.
The other one?
I thought you had it. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, that's a different one. I can send it to you. You had a question on one of them?
No, I just was writing down
Oh,
some of the herbs.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send you that whole thing by email.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Don Quai, the practical uses. Acts as a mild sedative, a diuretic, antispasmodic, pain reliever, improves the blood, used to balance female hormones, used to treat female problems, hot flashes, and other menstrual symptoms. Okay, go on and on and on. It's also known as the female ginseng. It strengthens internal organs and muscles. Yeah, and every herbal formula for women, and I know Cynthia's used our natural changes before. That's a product that have all of the different herbs, vitamins, and minerals that a woman needs, meets their needs. And you know, all of you women are of that age where you can use uh, natural changes. And what was I talking about? Uh,
The name of it, what is
Natural changes, right, Cynthia? You remember?
Yes.
it?
Natural
Yeah.
changes. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
that's the name. And it's a good product. Trust me. Betty uses it. You know, if she runs out or something, you know, she makes sure, oh, I got to get natural changes. But it does so much for menopausal, you know, women. And it has a combination of herbs, what I wanted to say. It puts the herbs in combination because combinations of herbs, four herbs in combination work way better than one herb. I don't care what that one herb do. When you put herbs in combinations, they're gonna outwork, outdo, and then work in balance because of the way Nature's Sunshine make their products. They're synergistically balanced, meaning no one herb or vitamin is not going to cancel out or knock out another. Okay. Somebody had a comment, question? Okay. Also, additional information uh, you should not use it if you're diabetic, if you're pregnant, or people with light sensitivities. If you have sensitivities to light, like I do sometimes. Amazing. I got all these lights blasted on me now, though. But in the morning, I don't like a lot of light. Uh, the root is the part that's used the most in Don Quai. Any questions, comments on Don Quai? Okay, I'm gonna go over to Partiarco. This is one of my favorites. I used to use Partiarco a lot. The nutritional content is phytochemicals, beta carotene, beta cysterol, cystosterol, uh, lopicol. Uh, the practical uses: it fights bacterial and viral infections, cleanses the blood. It's a blood purifier and builder. It's good for candidiasis, smoker's cough, warts, and all types of infections. It's helpful for AIDS symptoms, allergies, cancer, cardiovascular problems, IBS, tumors, ulcers, etc., etc. Partiaco is like one of the herbs that I know a lot of herbalists and naturopaths I know use it when they're helping people that have cancer or that have issues with different tumors and things like that. Uh, I use it a lot too when I'm helping people on herbal programs if they need their blood cleansed. Because for me, it's a real good blood cleanser and it's a blood builder also. It helps also boost the immune system. And that's why I like to use it. And it comes like in a, a leafy tea form. You have to see it. I don't have a picture of it here, but it's kind of like a brown, straggly looking grass. If you saw a lot of grass, like all cut up and stuff, but it was brown, that's what Partiaco looks like. You can buy it at Whole Foods, Sprouts, all these other places. But like I say, depending on the manufacturer, depending on the quality of that herb you're going to get. And I have no problem with the quality of Nature's Sunshine. They are top notch. Blood cleanser. It's something I used when COVID was around. I went to Partiaco. I started flushing my blood using that. That's one way that I clean my blood. And that's important. Sometimes when you're doing a lot of, sometimes these medical and possibly dental procedures, because I used to have a lot of dental procedures because I have implants. Wish I didn't. Yeah, wish I didn't. It's not a fun trip. And it puts a lot of heavy metals in your body. Dentists don't probably know or talk about this, but I learned this from a dentist named Dr. Excuse me, Dr. I can't get his name. Anyway, he's passed away, but he was a toxicologist first, and then he became a dentist. And this was back in the 90s. I used to sit in his seminars because I was with the National Health Federation. I've talked about them before. I'm a member still with them. They used to have seminars or big health fairs, in Pasadena. And, I was volunteering, watching the door. And this dentist, Dr. Huggins. Yeah, Hal Huggins, I believe. He was talking about root canals, and he was teaching these dentists that wanted to be more holistic about root canals. And I was learning all this about root canals just watching the door, taking tickets. And I'm telling you, it was a lifesaver to, have known what this man was teaching, because these heavy metals affect our bodies in a way that doctors don't understand, or, maybe some of the scientists haven't even done research on it, but they do. And this, what I attribute my stroke to, from having a lot of heavy metals from dentistry. Okay, when they give you the anesthesia in dentistry, in the anesthesia is a lot of heavy metals. Okay, I got a YouTube video. I did a YouTube thing on my stroke. And yes, I believe this. These heavy metals from the anesthesia, because when I had the implant, it took almost a whole month or a month and a half for me to leave the house. My energy was so drained. I had no energy. And I'm sure some of you know, I'm a real active person. I love to get out and exercise too. I could not do nothing. I couldn't leave the house. I was so drained, tired. It took a month and a half from that surgery. And what I noticed, what that is the heavy metals. When you are overloaded with all these heavy metals, that's just one of the little symptoms. You will be drained and tired like that. So yes, that led to my stroke. Of course, I had other things going on. This is my this is Lester's version of why people get strokes. Okay. They do a lot. This somebody who's doing a lot. They very active. Okay. You got to be very active doing stuff. Mildred can tell you. When I went to those herbal shows up in Anaheim, did I took you to that time, Mildred?
Yes.
What was I doing? Was I running around trying to interview everybody there or what?
Yes, you were. Yes, we had a hard time trying to keep up with them ladies.
Yeah, they was trying to eat the different food that they was getting out. I'm like, come on, y'all, we could do that later. Come on. And I'm running, anxiety out the roof. I'm just hyped up and my anxiety going, oh yeah, we gonna get, okay, hey. Okay. That paired with the heavy metals, because that's the stress part, okay, the anxiety. I was getting symptoms of AFib, afibrillation. During that time, I had no idea what it was. Was praying to God, God, Lord, please help me find out what is this. My heart was racing. It seemed like I was ready to fall out. And I was like, oh no, I'm not going. 911 is not going to happen here. And I started trying to do my deep breathing, things like that. That happened to me 4 times,
Mm.
4 different times, because the show is once a year. Okay. And so for 4 different years, possibly 5, I had those symptoms. Like I was about to fall out because my heart was racing. It was hard kind of for me to breathe. And I didn't know that was atrial fibrillation at the time. And my father had it. And I was just wondering, I don't know if Karen them ever, my sister ever knew or knew that dad, if our father expressed like a lot of anxiety or high heart rate. My heart rate then went up to 150. That's when I know, boom, I'm in an atrial attack. When it goes to 150, I had to call 911 recently. Okay. And if it can go to 170. I've been up to 170.
Whoa.
And I was in the ambulance, of course, luckily. But yeah, I don't want to take up this whole talk about my stroke, but yeah, it's heavy metals. Y'all have to be careful of those heavy metals. The dentists are not going to tell you this. Some of them don't even know. The ones that may know, they're not going to tell you that and try to scare you. But it is in the anesthesia. And you can get heavy metals from a lot of other different things too on this planet as we go about it. Okay, so let's go back to where was I at? The Partiarco I was talking about. So yeah, I use that to cleanse my blood. Unfortunately, it's another product we have called Megacale, and I'm sure Mildred knows about it.
Yes.
Yeah, chelation therapy. That stuff is awesome. I never knew how to use it or what, and I found out. I used it by the help of the Holy Spirit leading me to use it, and I noticed once I got to the hospital, that was after having that stroke. I stayed about a week. I think it was a week I took before I went, and I was taking all my herbs and all of that. And that chelation therapy is chelation. It's oral chelation. If y'all don't know what that is, y'all gonna have to look it up. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. What it is, basically, chelation does, it cleanses the blood out. It cleanses the blood vessels. It cleans and cleans them out so well, it obliterated a blood clot. Because when I went to the hospital, they could not find the blood clot they were saying that caused my stroke. That's because I was taking this product we had. It's an oral chelation therapy. It's a bunch of vitamins and minerals in that thing. It's in one little tablet. And I only did it for 7 days. Usually you would go longer using this product, but I did it for 7 days because Karen was calling me, bugging me, not bugging me. She had tried to get me to go to the hospital, and I didn't want to go. And so she kept, you done it yet? You gonna go when and I was taking all my herbs and stuff first. So yes, that product obliterated a blood clot. Megacale, unbelievable product. So, and y'all got to excuse me for going off so much. Partiarco is one of my number one blood. I used the Partiarco first, but then when I started using the Megacale, I could even feel this thing was like doing some awesome stuff. And after I did my research and reading more about it, and after coming out the hospital and they couldn't find my blood clot, I was like, are you kidding me? it obliterated the blood clot, and it goes out of the body by way of the urine. Okay. So yeah, they weren't going to stick that long rod, how they get blood clots, stick a long rod up through your body somewhere in the thigh and stick it all the way up to your heart or whatever, or wherever the blood clot. Like, no, you weren't going to do that to me. No. So yeah, they couldn't find my blood clot. Okay, so red raspberry, another awesome herbal herb for women. It's in a lot of herbal remedies, a lot of herbal formulas. I'm pretty sure it's probably in natural changes. Don Quai and red raspberry, I'm sure, are in natural changes. Red raspberry is a phytochemical, a alpha carotene, a beta carotene, a beta iodine. I'm not even sure what that is. It also has lutein. Lutein is real good for the eyes. Calcium, iron, manganese, magnesium. The practical use, it reduces menstrual bleeding, relaxes uterine, the intestinal spasms, strengthens the uterine walls, promotes healthy nails, bones, teeth, skin, etc., etc. Good for female disorders such as morning sickness or hot flashes or menstrual cramps. I mean, it just does magnificent things for the female body. Kelp, my last one. Kelp is salty in taste, is used for many, it's used by many in place of salt. I remember one time I used to have kelp in my kitchen instead of salt, regular table salt. I used kelp. It's high natural iodine content. It absorbs much slower than salt does in the body. So it's a lot safer. It's a plant. It's all natural. Has calcium, chlorine, potassium, magnesium, and a lot of other minerals and trace minerals. Its uses is antibiotic, it's antiseptic, it's diuretic, it's a tonic. It regulates the thyroid and the pituitary glands. This is what I was trying to get Landra on, Karen, my niece. But it was in the product, that product that I gave her. It had kelp in it. It regulates the thyroid, okay? Because when you usually have thyroid problems, a lot of times it's because you're not having enough natural iodine. They're not having enough natural iodine. Table salt is not natural. Kelp is. Kelp is natural iodine. And we have products where you use it in combination, which would be better. I can't think of the name of the product now, but I gave my niece some. It prevents growth of tumors. It's good for the pancreas, adrenals. It builds cell membranes, and it regulates body temperature, even chronic low body temperature. Now, additional info. In Japan, they did tests with kelp, and it revealed it prevented fetal abnormalities. Man, go figure. These herbs are really powerful. Any comments, questions on this chart? And I'm going to send this one. I'm going to send both of these to y'all tomorrow.
Okay, question.
By email. Go ahead.
Now you say the metal that's in your implants. So that means that if you can't get an MRI, right?
Yeah, I got an MRI. What do you mean, girl? I had MRI like I don't know what. When I had the stroke, I had MRI. I had.
Okay, because I have some metal. I have metal in my body, and I can never have an MRI.
Where you have it at?
It's in my chest.
Okay. Well, it's probably not enough of it, because I always tell them, I say, yeah, I got it in my teeth. And they say, okay, I guess that's not enough when it's in the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. I had MRI, all of that. The
Okay, I never
what's
can
it called?
never.
The CAT scan, is it? The big one that you go in? Well,
The-
I think I had that too.
yeah, but the MRI is the one that is it's a long name, it's a long word, but it's magnetic. You know, it's so
I'm,
it's you can't.
I'm sure I had it. I had both of them.
Okay.
And I told him it was in my mouth, but it seemed like when I say that, it's not nothing of importance. So
Oh, okay.
it must not be enough.
And one more. What was the herb you were saying that helps the smoker's cough? Was that silver?
Padiarco.
Party.
Padi-
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Never used that one.
You talked about it forever for like 20 years,
Yeah.
so I'm sure I
Yeah. Yeah.
have.
Say I should have used that one a long time ago.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Padiarco is real good. We have that. They in Nature Sunshine, you get a container of it. And trust, it is very powerful, high quality, versus something you would get at Sprouts or Whole Foods.
Mhm.
It's real good. Don't break down because when you get the cheap quality stuff, the efficacy doesn't hold, meaning the quality of the herb, if you use it one time and you go back, it's on the shelf for a week or 2 weeks, then you end up having to use more because the quality is not there. So yeah, Nature Sunshine, I would use their Arco. Good stuff. Any other comments, questions? Let me come out of. Did y'all? Okay. Uh, okay. Sound like everybody quiet. Let y'all take a break. Mildred took a.
Now I love that Padiaco, and I also do the foot bath every now and then to help get rid of some of those heavy metals.
Oh yeah, I wanted to buy one of those. That's what I was thinking. I should buy one.
Yeah.
Some guy had one here in Jacksonville when I went and got a foot massage.
Mm-hmm.
He always would use that. And I was like, man, I need to have one of my own.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna have to buy one.
Yes.
Because yeah, those heavy metals, they are a mess. And I'm telling you,
Yep.
the doctors don't know.
They don't know.
Some of the scientists don't know, or either you probably wouldn't get to talk to none of them. Any comments, Sam? Questions?
What is it about the heavy metals? Is it draining in there? How does it get into your system when it's just a metal that's in your tooth?
Well, like I said, okay, you can get heavy metals or things, radiation even from the sun. But in the food that we eat, some of the foods, you hear them talk about in the fish, how some of the fish have a higher content of, what is it? Jocelyn's always talking to me about this.
Minerals.
No, the fish it's a negative.
Mercury.
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 Oh,
That's what I meant.
there you go. It has a higher content of mercury in the fish,
Mhm.
right? So that's a heavy metal. If you get so much of that mercury, that's why in uh, amalgam, right? When they filled tube, they used to use amalgam, which has mercury in it. And a lot of people have stopped that now. Actually, when I lived in Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia made it illegal for a dentist to use amalgam unless he asked you. They had to ask you first if they could put that in your mouth in the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
sure a lot of dentists nowadays don't use amalgam. if somebody's using amalgam, you know, I would question them. I would be like, don't this have mercury in it? Because mercury is a heavy metal. So there's a whole slew of heavy metals out there, and you can get them right from your food. Okay, the fish. That's why I used to only eat cold water fish. Cold water fish are a lot healthier, have a higher level of omega-3 fatty acids. They don't have as much mercury as some fish that's not cold water, say like sway or like what's that one they eat a lot in the hood? Everybody loved that.
Cat.
Not yeah, well, catfish, but it's another one.
Tilapia.
Tilapia. Yeah, that's probably got oogons of mercury in it. You know, because it don't live in cold water. Cold water fish are a lot healthier. That stuff that's probably up in Alaska, you know, cold water fish up from Canada somewhere, you know, because their water is cold up there. And the fish that live in that, wild caught, you know, when you get wild caught, it's better. And then when it's cold water, it's even more better. That's what I used to eat when I was pescatarian.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And it's a way to kind of measure how much radiation that you're bringing in. Like I said, you know, in front of this right now, this computer I'm in front of my desktop. Okay, I'm bringing in radiation. Okay, that can be a lot. It comes from a lot of different places. All the phones we use, those people, I don't know what you call them things when they stick something, they be in their ear and they be wearing it and they be on the phone. They can, you know, talk on the phone and they just be walking around this thing in their ear. I wouldn't do that because you're getting a signal. Okay, cell phone and stuff is radiation. Okay, the 5G, the 4G, all that has radiation related to it, along with electromagnetic poisoning or electromagnetic contamination, you know, from electrical stuff. I wouldn't do that because, I mean, isn't the pituitary gland somewhere close around the ear? Dr. Dumas, you know?
Um,
It's somewhere back like around there, the pituitary.
yeah,
Very
I'm not sure.
gland. Yeah, but very important gland, pituitary. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, your brain's there. Why? I wouldn't be wearing something all day long because I'm talking to people, you know, bringing in more radiation or heavy metals or electromagnetic contamination. Nah, that's where brain fog and all this other stuff comes from, you know, when people are bringing in all these heavy metals and stuff getting, you know, to the brain. Yeah, not good. All right. Any other comments before I pray us out?
No, it was very enlightening. I really, really liked this.
Okay. Thank you.
Very informative.
Thank you. Appreciate.
Yes, it was. I look forward to the um, um, what you're going to send us.
Okay.
Right.
I will tomorrow. Remember tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me pray out. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for allowing us to come together in this session. Once again, Lord Jesus, we thank you for all you do, for all you've done, and all that you will do in our lives. In Jesus' holy name, we pray. Amen.